Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Monique, and I'm on a financial health journey in order to create an inheritance for the generations to come. And I want to do that through consistency and discipline. First, I want to thank everyone who has liked, commented, or even subscribed to my channel. I appreciate all of the support. I truly started this just as a way to keep myself accountable, but I do recognize the value and the strength in having a community that you're able to connect with. So I appreciate anyone who's on this journey with me. So today I am here for a sinking fund stuffing and unstuffing. So I just got paid on Friday. Today is Saturday. And so I'm going to go ahead and stuff my sinking funds. If you don't know already, I use prop money for my sinking funds. The money is actually allocated or sent to my Ally account from my regular account, and that's where the money is housed, just to make sure that when it comes time for me to spend it, it's a lot easier for me to move it around instead of having to pull it out of this envelope, go and put it in the bank, and then spend. So, and I don't use credit cards at all. Of course. So with that said, I have two accounts, Ally Savings and Ally Checking. The Ally Savings is specific for the sinking funds. And so the money is already there, deposited. When I need to use it, I just move it over to the checking account, and then I swipe the card for checking when I need to pay for something. And that's all that account is used for. So I use the prop money, though, because I need to understand all of the buckets that are aligned in Ally, and just to make sure that I have accountability for exactly what I'm doing with that money. So I am going to stuff today, and then I'm also going to unstuff $150. Corinne's FestCon initial deposit is due on the 15th. So I'm going to stuff her envelope first, and then I'll do the unstuffing after. So I am a digital budgeter, but I do use the mini cash budgeting planner that Salisa, Beautifully Me and You, has available on Amazon. And I use this just to document some items if I'm trying to come up with averages for my goals as far as my variable expenses are concerned. Or in this case, I do use the cash stuffing tracker form, just so that even with the prop money, I'm pulling what I need to pull for those, and then making sure it adds up right so that I have that prop money already established. So that's what I'm using this for. Calculated it. It's going to be $350, and I should have all of the denominations right for the stuffing. So let's count that up first. So 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 260, 70, 80, 93, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So $350. I already documented on the tracking sheets the amount of money that I wanted to allocate for this check. So we'll just go ahead and get started. I want to add $75. I'm sure I did that as 50, 20, and 5. Get that added. So my total should be $285. And you guys will have to forgive me because I could have sworn I left all of these open, man. So I pulled the little white things off just because it was getting kind of bulky, and now I got problems. So you all are gonna watch me struggle for a minute. How's everybody doing? Oh man. All right, I think I'm in the seam. Nope, I'm not. Guys will have to forgive me. I'm trying to. All right, so I'm gonna have to put this on pause until I can get these open. Okay, I'm back. I'm tired, but I am back, and I will be making a purchase soon, and this is all my fault. I took the little white clips off because this was a little too bulky, and it was becoming more difficult to fasten it when I had the emergency fund and some other things in here, and so it was kind of bulky. So I thought I was being smart and took those off, and I was not being smart. I caused myself a whole lot more work. So we will be changing that expeditiously. All right, so Corinne adding $75, and let's here and get those added, and then we'll see what she has. All right, so 285 is what I should have. 1, 2, 50, 60, 80, 85. All right, so that's 285. And I'm trying my best not to close these up. For gifts, let's see, we had 25, and I think I did that as a 20 and a 5. Okay. So these are all out of order. But I should have 155, 120, 40, 55. There you go. Ooh, please be careful. Do not close these. I would be ashamed to tell you guys how long of a pause that really was. You know, I would be ashamed. All right, household is 75, and I got that as a 10 and a 5. All right, and my hope was to put 25 in this, but if you guys saw my previous video when I was doing the budget with me, should have a total of 104. I did have to cut down for my sinking fund allocation from 500 to 350 this week, and so that I had to take a little bit out of household for that, or deposit a little less into the household bucket because of that. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 102, 104. Okay. That is not in. Oh, the joys of trying to do this off the cuff and not plan. There you go. Okay. Emergency is $26. Now that's different. I don't think I had a 1 on here. I think I had some change that I left into this account from the for Ally, you know, that they give you, it's a high yield savings account. I think it's at right 4% interest right now. And so I have that interest going into a core bucket, but I don't track that here. That's just more so like a buffer, or if I need to just take something out really, really quick, but I don't want to take anything out of one of the sinking fund categories. And so I think I added some change to this to make it $4.95, because I think I was actually at $4.69 and some change. So I may not have a dollar bill on this one because I don't think I accounted for that in the tracker that I have, because that was just something I did on the fly. And this is what happens when you do things on the fly. But I do need to make sure that I have $495 on that. Emergency, I have 20 and a 5. So I was going to put 25 in that. And then let me work through getting $1 out of my funds. There you go. All right, so that should be 26, and then that should have me at $4.95 in here. And I was at my $1,000 mark, and I was still depositing money in here, just not as much. But then I had a problem with my car, had to spend some of the money, so I am trying to work hard at getting it beefed back up. So we shall see. So this should be $4.95. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 294, 95, 495. All right, so I'm pretty close to 500, the halfway mark. Of course, if we want to get more into, as I've heard plenty of YouTubers say, you start at $1,000, but that doesn't mean you stay there. So you need to keep adding more to it, but getting back to $1,000 is my goal. All right, car maintenance, I'm going to do 20. I think there was 2 10s, and we should be at 95 for this. And I don't use the car maintenance for oil changes or anything like that. It's mainly for things like tires, or if I need to get a new battery or something to that effect. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95. I try to absorb oil changes right into my income, or cash flow it, I guess is what people say. And then these are just for the things that cost a little bit more. All right, deductibles, I need to add 60. And for deductibles, and 60, 2 20s, 2 10s, 2 20s, and 2 10s. So I should be at 390. And we've got eye appointments, and Corinne has a dental dental appointment 1st of October. So I'm hoping this will be enough to cover both of those. I have a little bit more time, another check or two. $391, $250, $70, $90, $310, $30, $50, $60, $70, $80, $85, $90, $390. Yep, there you go. I do have a couple more paychecks, and so hopefully I'll get to a nice, maybe about $450 or so, and I think that should be enough to cover what I need to. Xerxes is getting a little bit more. He's getting $20. In one of my previous videos, I said, I think it was on the short, I realized that I need to bump up his fund 20, 25, 30, 32, 33, because I do tend to pay a lot more money for him when he has to be boarded, and he will have to be boarded several times until to the end of the year with Thanksgiving and Christmas, etc. So I wanted to back off of that, but now it looks like I actually need to add a little bit more back into it. So that's what I'm working on. Property insurance, $75. I'm pretty sure that was my 50, my 20, and my 5. And bumping this back up again so that in December, I'm able to make my next payment for the property insurance. And as a quick side note, I did get a note in the mail. So the state of Georgia has a one-time property relief tax break. So first, I removed my property insurance from my mortgage. And so my expectation is when they do the escrow analysis, which should be around September, October, I would have less that I'm going to pay than the 809 that my mortgage is. Now, I realize my mortgage at 809 is great anyway, but if I can get that number reduced a little bit more, that would be great. Plus, I can always shop around for property insurance if I don't like the cost that I'm being charged, which is a lot more difficult to do when it's already included in your mortgage. So I already removed this last year. So I anticipated my my mortgage going down from the 808, because I actually, at this point, looking at my escrow, I've already got excuse me, the amount of money saved to cover my property taxes already. So I expect as a part of the escrow that I will see a deduction or a reduction in my mortgage anyway. Then I got a note saying that my, not property insurance, but the property tax relief for the state of Georgia, it was a one-time relief. So my property taxes went from like $2,200 to more like $1,500-$1,600. And so my hope is that that adjustment as well will help my mortgage to come down a little bit. Now, a year later, I may end up having to see that mortgage increase again, but I'll take the relief for this year, especially with all of the things that I need to do for my daughter for school. So take the relief right now, try and put as much as I can towards debt. And then if it gets bumped back up again after they do an escrow analysis next year, then it is what it is. All right, so the long story that you guys probably didn't necessarily want to hear, but there you go. So, hey, this money's funny. Okay, property insurance 161, 50, 100, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 7, 59, 60. All right, so that one is done. And please don't close. Thank you. Okay, this one is what is this one? This is date night. All right, date night is getting $25. So let's go with the 20. Let's go with the 5. And that should be 87, 50, 70, 85, 6, 7. Yep, there you go. And next is taxes. So taxes always gets 10. That's exactly what we have left. So that will be 159. And there you go. All right, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 57, 59, 159. And I probably need to add $1 here too to get it to an even number, but it is what it is. All right, so slowly running out of time. I was hoping this was only going to be like 15 minutes long. Only other thing I need to do is unstuff Corinne's 150 for her. So 1 and 50. Need to unstuff that for her ThesCon. So 99 ThesCon minus 150. So that should leave me with 5, 3, hot dog, 135. I did it without a calculator. 50, 100, 20, 30, 35. So this money is already in the Alley checking account, and I'll go today and get a money order for that because I gave them a check before. I can't use my debit card to pay, but I gave them a check before last year, and I'll just tell you another quick story. So I gave it to the to her teacher to pay for her ThesCon fees earlier, like I'm doing now. The ThesCon conference isn't until January, February of the following year. So I gave it to her last year around this time in September. The check literally cleared this April. So she held the check for 9 months, and I just can't have that anymore. So from going forward, it's just going to be money orders for me. So I took this out, and I think we are done at this point, and everything is up to date. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.